So this video is just a quick primer about how to graph using your calculator, about how to zoom on those graphs using your calculator, and also about how to create tables for functions, like we covered earlier in the section. So first, after you turn on your calculator, you're going to go to this y equals button up here and click on that, and this is where you can enter in the formulas that represent a function. So let's say we were looking at a formula of x squared plus 2. All right, so to graph that function, all we need to do is just hit this graph button up here, and we'll see the function appear. Now, something that a lot of people don't know how to do is on some functions, there may be details that you want to zoom in on, or you may not be in the right area. So you want to be able to use this zoom key right here. And so if we click on that, it brings up the zoom menu, and you can just use zoom in or out. I find myself most often using zoom box, which allows you to just zoom in on any box you want to, which you do by first selecting the bottom left corner of your box, hitting enter, and then you select the top right corner of your box and hit enter. So I'm going to make my zoom box include a little bit of my function at least, and then I will zoom in. And that's how the zoom works. If you ever want to zoom back to normal, you hit the zoom button and then you click on zoom standard. And you're back to normal. Now, as for creating tables from functions, which can be very, very useful, instead of hitting graph, you'll hit second and then graph. Notice that this blue text above here says table, and that'll bring up a table. And so this is pretty good to start off with. You can scroll up and down to see what the output values of your function are, y1 for a given input value. But sometimes it's really hard, like what if I wanted to know what the function was at 60 or something like that. It's very helpful to be able to go to the table settings. So you'd hit second and then window. Notice that this brings up the table settings, and then change your independent variable from auto. These are your x values. These are your input values, from auto to ask. All right, and now if we go back to the table, it's blank. But what I can do is I can put in my own numbers. So if I want to know what the function is when I type in 563, it's going to give me a value. Notice if I type in things too high, it might give me 1e12, but what you can do is you can go and see what that actually means down here.